Hey, John.
What up?
Do you want to start the video this time?
No.
Okay, welcome to Daddy's Money Garage. Today we're at Uncle Tony's garage working on the Junkyard Jet. And we've realized actually today that this project's been going on for pretty close to a year.
Yeah, July 4th weekend will be a year.
Yeah, so there may be some of you that don't actually know what this car is. A lot of you do. But just for a recap for people who may not know this car, this is the Junkyard Jet. This is a 1971 Plymouth Valiant given to us by Uncle Tony after Garrett and I took our cars to the drag strip and we discovered that they're painfully slow. And we didn't want to put our personal cars through the abuse of drag racing. And I mean, we didn't even tell Tony that. He just gave us this car. This was bought by Tony originally as a parts car. And from what we understand, he only wanted it for the taillights.
And then he ended up not using them.
And then he ended up, yeah, so it just sat behind a storage unit rotting.
For like 15 years.
Yeah, the thing was a derelict. There was nothing on this car. It was like 3 different colors. The grill was missing. There was nothing there. The steering wheel was kind of like a flight stick at a Cessna.
Just laying in the seat.
Yeah, you could just put it wherever you want. It's like variable steering column position. But anyway,
it's not supposed to be tilt, but it was.
Yeah. This car is called the Junkyard Jet because it's built out of mostly junkyard and donated parts. I'd say there's a good 50-50 of people, like, you know, really good people that have sent us stuff that we didn't even expect. And, you know, we matched that with the parts that we bought ourselves. And really, we spent a lot on this car. I haven't totaled up the invoices yet.
I don't want to know.
I'm not doing it until we're done.
I don't want to know.
Yeah. Anyway, this car is getting a 360 Magnum out of a 95 Dodge Ram that I pulled out of a junkyard last August. And our friend Derek paid us for it, actually. Because he was actually going to bring us an engine, and then he wasn't able to.
Didn't he break his foot?
Yeah, he broke his foot.
Yeah.
And I'm sure he's fine by now.
I hope so.
But he couldn't bring us the engine that he said he wanted to bring us. So instead, I went to the junkyard, and he paid for the tab to get it out of the yard, which was super cool. And then the late Jim Bennett, he, you know, rest in peace, man. That was rough. He, he donated the 833 transmission that is now in this car. It originally... A whole lot of other stuff. Very, very generous, man. And, this, 833 transmission is actually out of a B-body. And if you know anything about Mopars, they don't quite fit correctly.
A lot of hacking.
Yes, there had to be a lot of modification to actually get it to fit. The trans mount has been, you know, it's been modified to make it work. But the main problem was the shifter. And we found this adapter that put it where we wanted it. And we had to modify that too.
Yep, cut it shorter, drilled new holes to actually mount the thing, ended up having to fab rods.
Yeah, actually, it's not even fabbed rods. That's just straight stainless steel threaded rod.
Yeah, no, that worked really well.
It works very well.
Yeah.
But anyway, basically, if you haven't seen this car, it's on Uncle Tony's garage. This thing has consumed our lives for the past year. So let's just show where we're at with it, because there hasn't been a lot done on the car, just solely because there's not really a lot to really show. Like, the engine's not in yet, but we've been doing a lot of plugging away on it. Like, we got the instrument cluster in. It's not wired up or anything. That's what it's going to look like. And I think it's beautiful. I think it's way too nice for this car.
Yeah.
And that's actually the old steering wheel out of my Plymouth when I got it, so that's kind of neat. And John is wiring up the center control panel, and he actually, geez, how long did the stainless steel bracket behind it, he actually had to fabricate that. How long did you spend making that thing?
A couple hours, basically beating on a sheet of stainless until it was the shape that I needed it to be.
Yeah, but it looks beautiful. I mean, there's a bit of a gap, but I mean, that's nothing that silicone can't fix.
I don't care. It actually added structure to the dashboard once we secured it in there, so...
Yeah, because that bottom...
doesn't fall out anymore.
Yeah, the bottom piece used to flop around, and then when John put that panel in, it stiffened it back up. Yeah. So we also made this firewall. I'm sure this has been seen before. This took a ton of time, but it does the job.
Yeah, that is some stainless sheet that I acquired through sweat out of a restaurant that was being converted into something else. So all of that lined the entire kitchen.
Yeah.
So I went in there after work one night and spent like 5 hours yanking stainless sheet off the wall so that I could bring it over here and build something out of it.
And we figure that, you know, even though that stainless steel is heavy, that stainless steel was free.
It was free, and it's only like 5% heavier than regular steel, at least per size.
It is very thin.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's a little bit thicker than it needed to be, but it was free.
Yeah,
so.
And that's what we cared about.
Yep.
So, obviously, you can see we've got the roll bar in. John and I are in the process of painting it. It's been painted, you know, with brush-on primer. We just don't have the time to do it tonight. But we're going to come back and tackle this sometime this week. Oh, John's popping the trunk. Oh, yeah, we did make some progress in the trunk.
We did.
It's the round key.
It's the round key. I always forget which one it is.
Well, there's like 9 keys on that thing, and we don't know what they go to.
Well, they don't go to this car because we don't have a key anymore.
Yeah.
This is our taco launcher.
Yeah, if you've seen the video, the first video we did, this thing springs up violently, and we use it to just launch things when we get bored. So, we made some progress. The nitrous bottle is in. We have no idea how to hook up nitrous. Do you know anything about hooking up nitrous?
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I guess we'll just have to...
Yeah.
Fuel cell's back in. It's now mounted. There was a gigantic hole here before. This is this was a piece of a roof, wasn't it?
Or maybe a file cabinet.
I know that the floor is part of a B-body roof.
Yeah, I don't remember which I think that might have been like a file cabinet or something.
It might have been. Either way, this car is pieced together with a bunch of stuff that's just really not supposed to work.
It's junk that was laying around.
Yeah. Got the battery box built. We're running an Optima battery because, you know, why not? I mean, they hold a charge forever.
Well, also, with this, you know, you actually have one of this style battery. You don't have to have it in a completely enclosed container.
Yeah.
Like, if you did a lead acid, it'd have to be in an enclosed box, which takes up more space.
I just like Optimas because they're cool.
They're cool.
They do look cool. They're super heavy and expensive, and honestly, I don't know why, you know, but, you know, it's there. These are the taillights that Tony bought this car for. We're keeping them. And this door is messed up. That's why there's no handle on it. You actually have to, like, stick your thumb in there and, like, actuate the door.
Yeah, it was very broken.
Yeah.
So I took it off.
It's still kind of broken.
Well, it's easier to open now than it was.
Yeah, but it still doesn't shut right.
No.
I'm telling you.
Don't use this door.
I'm telling you, we're going to get a sign that says on here, just says, do not open.
Just do not enter right here.
Yeah.
Yep. They can see the hackery here.
Oh, well, you mean hacker? Oh, the door.
Oh yeah, we cut all the structure we didn't need out of
this. This is just gonna cut people eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to take a die grinder to that.
Be careful.
Yeah.
We did that with all of the doors. Took like what, 25 pounds?
Yeah,
total?
yeah. We weighed all that. We took like close to 30 pounds out of the doors.
Just out of the doors between regulators and steel and yeah. We're still keeping the glass though.
Yeah, the glass has to stay. There's the floor patch. That is definitely out of the roof of something. I don't remember what it was.
Another dart.
Yeah.
Yeah, like a crash dart.
Like I said, this car is built out of like pop rivets and optimism. That's not how the door shuts.
Well, I don't want to slam it because it's loud.
Yeah. These wheels, these are Weld Draglite wheels. These were donated by the great Travis Davis of Travis's Mopar Garage.
Dude's awesome.
He is great.
He came up here, like, you met him about the wheels first.
Yeah.
And then later on, he ended up getting a new intake for his car, and he gave us his old one.
Yeah, which already has a nitrous induction, or an Induction Solutions nitrous system on it.
Absolutely awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
We're going to blow it up.
He came up here to drop it off. Like, he's 200 miles away.
Oh, he's
almost. Well,
he's in Memphis, close to Memphis.
Other side of it. It's like 150 miles away.
Either way, Travis is a good dude.
Yeah, he drove all the way up here, helped us out when we pulled the K-frame out, and yeah, dude's great.
Yeah.
Follow him.
Pop the hood, John. Right now, there's nothing super interesting in here.
You can see a lot of work that was done.
Yeah.
It's so gross.
Dude, we didn't finish painting that.
Hey, look, there's a drill bit.
We didn't finish painting the hood.
No, we ran out of primer and stopped, but we needed to put something on it. We cut all the structure out of it because lightness.
Yeah.
You know,
race car.
You can race car. Doesn't matter. If we crash it, we die like men.
This is a 273. Yep. This is just a mock-up block because they're dimensionally the same. So this thing's about to come out. John,
yes.
John, can you believe this thing's about to come out?
I'm tired of looking at it.
Yeah, dude. There's about to be a big, beautiful green engine in here now that we're almost done working in the interior. Yep. The clutch linkers is all hooked up. That is all from Brewer Performance. And we are not sponsored by them.
No, they just answered our questions and had the stuff that we needed and were super helpful. So.
I talked to Dan Brewer directly about this car, about getting the parts I needed to make it work. We have not taken on any kind of, sponsorship or free deal or anything. We paid full price for every bit of this car.
We're not that big.
No.
This is why we're broke.
Well, I mean, this is going to be 100% our car.
Yep.
Anything that breaks, we can talk trash about any company that sent us anything. so watch out.
Yeah.
Because we're going to break this thing.
We took the K-frame out of this thing August.
That was like one of the first things we did.
One of the earliest things we did. We basically took this thing down to a bare shell. And, took K-frame out, rebuilt everything.
It got all polyurethane bushings. A couple of really nice QA1 adjuster sleeves. Those are dope. Yeah. Super easy to work with. And, cleaned everything up, fogged it, made it look pretty. Yeah. Just trying to touch everything that we can on it to make it good. Now, as far as what we plan for this car to be, you can go ahead and shut the hood because that's going to be loud. Yeah. So this car was never, I don't think we ever 100% intended it to be a full race car.
Well, not originally.
Yeah.
Like originally we were thinking, street strip kind of deal, see what you can do.
I still kind of feel that way just because.
It's a lot more strip that might be streetable-ish. Yeah.
This car does have a purpose, but as we're building it, we're figuring it out. Like, we bought comfortable race seats. These are Corbos. Tony hates them. I love them. I think they look... they're comfortable. I think they look kind of cool in the car.
They look kind of cool in the car. Little more difficult to get out of, but,
Yeah.
That's fine. We'll figure it out.
We won't be complaining about them looking how they do when we're...
I need to unfat myself.
The thing is that we won't be complaining about how ugly they are when we're sitting in them and comfortable.
Yeah.
And they're lighter than the bench seat.
Yeah.
That's odd. I expected them to be extremely heavy.
Even with the sliders on them, they're like, what, 28?
They were still like a pound or two lighter.
Yeah. Cool.
But anyway, that's the Jet. This is just kind of a walk around of what the car is, a bit of a story about it for anybody who doesn't know. There is an engine built for it, but that's going to be its own video.
Yeah, there's a lot that went into that.
Yeah.
So...
it's hot. It's going to be hot. We don't know how hot.
I spent weeks porting the cylinder heads.
Yeah. There's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
So, and I think within, 2 weeks, I think it's probably going in.
God, I hope so.
I hope so, too. We got to cut a hole in the hood. Yeah, we're revealing stuff.
It's going to be a big one.
Yeah.
But... yeah, there's been a lot that went into it, like disc brake conversion to change the wheel bolt pattern.
We did have to do that. Yeah.
Everything that we can touch on this, we're trying to touch on it so it is good.
Yeah. That is one thing I forgot to mention because it's one of the first things we did. We did convert this car to Willwood disc brakes. That was, a matter of not necessarily we're afraid of drum brakes as much as this car had the small bolt pattern.
Tiny.
Yeah, and the disc brake conversion gave us more brake power, and they were lighter, and they converted it to big bolt pattern. So it just made the most sense.
It also was only like $30 cheaper than buying all the stuff to do the junkyard style conversion and bolt pattern conversion and all of that. So.
There was a really good price on this. I think we paid $800 to Summit? Something like that.
Pretty much, yeah. It was a really good deal. A lot of Lego to put it together. It took a long time, but it went together extremely well. The packaging's great.
It fit perfect.
Everything fit.
It was a perfect conversion.
The instructions are great.
Yeah. If you follow the instructions, you won't have a problem. We didn't have a problem.
Yeah, you just need a die grinder.
I'm pretty sure that's the only thing that we've put together on this car that didn't actually have any kind of horrible issue that we had to fix.
Yeah, it's because somebody told us how to do it.
Yeah.
We don't know what we're doing.
Yeah. And we read the instructions. Anyway, so just to keep from getting long-winded, this is the Jet. There's gonna be a lot more on this car because this is our project. Awesome. You will see it at the No Name Nationals. Oh yeah, and it's tagged in Vermont. It's legal.
Works. You can check out that video on Uncle Tony's Garage. It's got a lot of views now.
Yeah, if you didn't think that worked, it worked. Mm-hmm. So The next video, I guess, about the Jet would probably be about the engine.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, we need to do something on that because, like, there's a lot of information kind of piecemealed about it, but
no one knows exactly what's in it.
Nobody knows exactly what's in it.
Yeah.
I think that we held up our cam card at one point, and other than that, it's like that. It's got pistons and, you know, rings that are unobtainium, you know, part shortage stuff. Took forever to put it together because
the camshaft.
We had to order everything, and then they had to wait for billets to make a cam, and yeah.
Yeah, so. That engine was a labor of love. But anyway, that's I guess that's a wrap. That pretty much covers everything we wanted to.
Yeah, it's kind of in brief.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of effort and a lot of work put into this, but we're kind of nearing the end of, like, the major hard stuff. Yeah. And then I've got to wire the whole car, and we got to plumb it. And
you can do all of that.
Detail stuff.
Anyway, like and subscribe.
Do that.
Make this car known. You'll see it in Missouri. We're
going to Sykeston, No Name Nationals. What's that weekend? The last weekend of the
last weekend of September. Yep. And we'll see y'all there.
It's going to be awesome.
Catch y'all on the next one.